Good morning, everybody. So I saw Karen Titus. She's another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I saw she did a really cute, I think she called it an envelope flap fun fold card. So I thought that we would try one of these today. So how it works is you've got the card base is just the single, and then you have the little envelope flap that opens for your card. So you can open from the top, like this one does. You can open from the side, like this one does, or you can open from the other side, which is the one I'm actually going to make. So this one uses the lavender, and the perennial postage and all of that. Beautiful, beautiful paper. And just be careful if your paper has directionality. Remember, that you don't want it to be upside down or something. Much easier to use a paper that does not have any particular direction that it needs to go. So a reminder that Celebration is over in a week or so, or a little less. So I thought that I would use a couple of Celebration things this time. So I've got the watercolor melon, and I have the, whoops, most adorned paper. And those papers, remember, have the gold, beautiful designs on one side, and then have the reds and the pinks on the opposite side. For this card, I also used a Celebration paper, which was softly stippled. And those have really fun textures on one side and flowers on the other. So I went ahead and stamped couple of watermelons and cut one out because I'm going to use that. As you can see on these cards, you need something for the flap to fit under. All right, so what do we have? We have a piece of white, or in this case, I used Sahara sand. That is 8 by 5 1/4, and that's going to be the piece that you fold in half. Okay. Then you're going to have a piece of designer paper that's going to be your envelope at the top, and that's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then you're going to have the base, the back, which is going to be the 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So this white seed will sit right on top of the shaded spruce, which will be the anchor, the back of your card. So this time, we came in from the top here, we came in from the left side here. So this time I think I'm going to come in from the right side. And again, like I said, that gold, really pretty gold, is on one side of the paper, and the reds and the pinks are on the other. This one happens to just be red. And I'm going to fold it corner to corner. So you end up with the triangle. That kind of looks like an envelope flap. Okay, and this is going to get glued here. All right, so that your card is going to open like that. So I want to go ahead and stamp the front of my card before I do any gluing or anything else. But I want to keep in mind where I'm going to have this. So, that's going to be covered. So I kind of want to stamp more around the periphery on this one. I think I will stamp some of these little watermelon pieces. That's got the bite out of it. That one doesn't. Get a block. All right. And I am using real red and shaded spruce. Get these back out of the way. All right, so it's going to go this way. I'm just going to leave it sitting the way that it's going to go, just so that I don't forget and stamp things upside down or something. All right, so there's my red. I want to have a piece of watermelon there. Ooh, that's very dark. I haven't re-inked this one lately, so I'm not sure why that's so dark, but I'm going with it. I'm committed now. The card has started. Okay. Then I'm going to stamp the rind on the bottom of these. Again, this was real red, and I'm going to use shaded spruce. These are really, traditionally, I would think of them as Christmas colors. But this is like the opposite of Christmas. This is summertime with all of the watermelon. I think last time I used the Poppy Parade with this, and I like that red, although this one's fine. Okay, and then I am going to do some of the little seeds because I think that that really adds something. I mean, you know, you can stamp whatever you like, however you like. Looks like I'm kind of out of the frame here. Sorry. Let me move these two out of the way until we're ready to look at them again because my camera seems to be up higher this time. There we go. Okay. And then I'm just gonna, I think I'll do them, we'll do them this way. Black's not working. I'm having a time today. There we go. That's okay. Get the gist. All right. So I've got two watermelons on the front. And then what am I going to want on the inside? So you can either use this area or this area to write and to put your sentiment or whatever you're going to put on the inside. I think, because I've got it out, I'm just going to use the happy birthday that I have from the translucent florals, which is the one I used on the pool party card. I'm just going to use those again since I've got them out. Okay, so happy birthday. And we will go in the shaded spruce. I'm having better luck with that color. Well, you know what though? I was going to stamp a watermelon in here, so let's do that first. And again, it does kind of give you the option of stamping on both sides, which is nice. I love this watermelon. I don't know what it is about it, but to me, a watermelon, this is just screams summer in Florida. So I'm sure I'm going to be using this for a lot of my birthday cards and everything this year. All right, so then let's do the happy birthday. Looks good. And I'm going to go ahead and do You're the Best on here also. There we go. Did get a little boo-boo there, but I will work on erasing that. And again, it's a handmade card. You know, those things just don't bother me. They do bother some people, and that's fine. So you do whatever you can. Erase it. You could put a little jewel there. You know, there's a lot of ways to cover it up if that happens. All right, so now we're going to take our red flap. And I'm going to put adhesive. I'm using liquid glue because it gives me a minute to move it around. And I'm putting that on what's going to be the back. And then I'm going to butt the card right up to it. Okay, so that's how this is going to go. Remember, like this. So I've got it just glued right to the back of this side of the card. Now, if you're doing it up, you know, landscape, it's still going to go there. And if you're doing it portrait, it would be going on. I mean, if you're doing it the other portrait way, it would be going on this side. So just be mindful of which side you want your flap on. Okay, and then the whole card gets adhered. So now I'm on the back of the white piece, the 8 by 5 1/4 piece. I'm going to make sure my flap's on the right side, and I'm just going to adhere this down. Again, you could use snail or Stampin' Seal, or whatever you want to use here. I'm just using the liquid because it gives me a minute to kind of move it around if it's not right. Okay, so here, again, if you don't have anything holding the flap down, it's going to pop up, even though I have it pretty well folded, so I had stamped those watermelons ahead of time, and I'm going to put the watermelon here, and that holds the flap down. So to do that, I'm just going to put a dimensional on either end of the watermelon. I knew I kept them out. And I had stamped the original watermelon on the lighter green, but you can see even if you stamp it on white, it comes out nice. All right, so then I'm putting this down, and I'm just going to put the flap. Whoops. I'm going to take the backing off. Put the flap right where I want it, making sure that those dimensionals aren't coming down on the flap itself. So see, somebody would open the card like this. But when they get it, isn't that a fun card? So that one's a watermelon, and it has the flap opening from the right. The kind of flowery happy birthday one has the flap opening from the top. All right. Just stick that back down under there. And the lavender one had the flap opening from the left. So like this. So either, it doesn't matter which way you do it. And I guess you could probably even do the flap coming up from the bottom would be fine. So just, depending on the card that you're going to use, pick the way that you would like your flap to open. Those were the measurements. And I hope this is a really pretty easy fun fold card, but I think it really gives a little something extra. So I hope you'll try it, and you have a good day. Bye.